when we all started, and it was years ago, and it was just the RTV business. A lot of the folks here from operating agencies or the holding company executives, I don't think they cared too much about what we were doing. But as we've built the infrastructure around order automation, in addition to the auction, and as we've shown how to leverage first-party data, and perhaps as the finance guys at the holding company have seen the profitability of some of the operations that you guys run, there's been a much more increasingly unified approach to automation. So how much is that happening where when the media owner comes in to talk to an investment team, a trading team, the discussion is unified, where they're talking about bespoke, they're talking about order automation, and they're talking about the auction. And is that the outcome you're driving for?
Yeah, so I think a couple things. When we talk to publishers, one of the things that we say to them right out of the gate is that programmatic isn't a separate channel. You shouldn't have a programmatic team and a direct sales team. You're screwing both of them. And you should be looking at building a relationship with the holding company. We approach the publisher community from the perspective that traditionally media has been bought on a very transactional basis, often in a holding company where you're talking about literally hundreds of teams that may be dealing with the same publisher, but you're not sharing any information about price, you're not sharing data back and forth across these pipes, you're not looking at different opportunities to buy smarter across them, you're just issuing an IO and acting like the relationship goes away at the end of that. I think what programmatic and what platforms have done is they've allowed us to sort of re-envision the relationship with the publisher community and to say publishers are actually part of our platform. They're strategic partners to us, and we need relationships with those publishers that are mutually beneficial to both of us and that allow us to more effectively achieve the results that we're looking for our advertisers. One of the things, you guys have to get the question obviously because you had great press about this week. But I think one of the things that all the articles about the the 100% access or the amps go to 11 kind of news is that from what that misses is that there's actually a ton of publisher benefit that's involved in creating some of these sort of separate trading pools. And when you look at why are people setting up these different pools, part of it is that what we've all done very effectively over the last decade is we've put a lowest common denominator standard in place that allowed us to build out this ecosystem. It's awesome. It sucks for publishers though. There's no way for them to differentiate themselves within that. There's no way for them to do higher impact type of execution.
And there's no way for your operating agencies to differentiate themselves to their clients.
Absolutely. So I think if you look at what's starting to happen now, I see, certainly we, and I think others up here would say, that we're starting to see publishers as part of the overall technology stack that we're working with, and what we're looking to use these various private pools to do is to bring more transparency to who are the advertisers so that publishers feel more comfortable working in different ways. We're looking to bring specific sets of publishers into the market that we know we want to work with in much more strategic ways. And we're looking to jumpstart innovation by eliminating some of the hops that you have that force you to a lowest common denominator type of integration. And publishers are just another technology partner in that.